Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, which is Diaries of a Farmhouse. This is actually my first video, so bear with me, I'm a little bit nervous, but we will get through it. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I have posted some pictures of the terrarium that I did in one of my rooms in my house. So I will show you some pictures of that terrarium, and I'm going to talk about the way I made that one compared to the one that I'm going to show you today. So that one was kind of a spur of the moment. I did not have anything that I have today really to do it the way it needs to be done. So the way I made that one, I had old aquarium bio gravel. So it's I'm not sure how to explain it, but it's better for planting aquatic plants in. I had some of that left over after I didn't have any fish anymore. So that's what I used in that terrarium. I put down, first of all, I put down some plastic to kind of create an area where I didn't want as much gravel so that I could put water in that area. And then I put the gravel in, smoothed it out the way I wanted it, put in the backdrop. So in that one, the ones we're making today, they will not have backdrops, but that one does. I cut an old screen, I put some dry moss on it, and then that's what I used for the back of that one. And then from there, I just kind of placed rocks where I wanted them and planted plants in it. So that one I have had some issues with. So most of the plants are doing really well. I have not run into any issues. The only thing is that one, those plants are growing in a medium with water. So it'd be kind of similar to planting your plant in, or starting a plant in water and letting it root. So those plants have grown up in that, so I haven't had really any issues with their root systems. The other thing I run into with that one is it does get bugs often, which I mean it is a warm, moist place, so you can expect that there would be bugs in it. So those are some issues I've had with that one, is mainly bugs and a concern about the roots, but so far everything has been doing okay, and I've treated the bugs. It's not a big deal. I might get some carnivorous plants to put in that one. This one today will be a little bit more simple. I am not doing the background. I will put maybe some rocks as decoration in it, but that's about as far as that one goes, as far as like crazy stuff. So with that being said, before we start, I am filming on 2 different cameras, so if you see me looking, I'm not sure which one is going to end up better, so I'm afraid that the camera that I'm filming on will not convert to the right media file. If it does, yay. If it doesn't, I have my phone recording too, so it may not look like I'm looking at the lens, it's just because I'm looking at the other camera. Alright, you guys ready to get started? Me too. So, some things that you need to set up an appropriate terrarium. You're going to need soil, so I have potting mix. If I was smart, I would bake this, because baking takes out any possibility of pests being introduced through the soil. I probably won't do that in this case, just because I'm trying to film this video for guys and get it done in one take. That would take really long, and it's already kind of getting dark. So pretty much a soil of your choice. I just grabbed like a general soil potting mix, but like I said, they do carry pests and dormant pests. So if you're concerned about that, you can definitely bake it in your oven. I set mine at a low temperature, about, I think I did like 300 to 350 degrees. And then I put the soil in a thin layer on the baking sheet, and then I bake it for about 30 minutes. So yeah, that's something you can definitely do if you're concerned about that. I also have some rocks here, so I will explain where that goes in your terrarium when we get to that point. I have some moss here. This is Spanish moss. I could not find sheet moss, but I guess it's kind of your preference. This will be fine for me. I'm not super picky, but if you're picky, you can definitely use sheet moss. And then that will just go on the top. So I also have some plants here. So I have this little guy. I haven't decided which one I'm going to put this in yet. But it looks like there might be 4 plants in here, so I probably could break this up and then put it in different terrariums. And then I also have a fern, because ferns do good in moist environments, high humidity. I think that guy would be really pretty. And then I have a couple of seedlings that I started. So this is a China doll, and I started that from seed. And then I also have this polka dot plant that I started from seed, and then I just dropped like 5 minutes ago. So there's like no soil in it, but that's okay because we're going to plant it. So I'm going to move things around so that you guys can see better, and then we'll get started. Okay, so I have it all set up. You probably will only see me from here down, but that's okay. I might even stand up at a few moments. So, but the main, if you just heard that, that was my dog yawning, by the way. So the main focus is obviously on the terrariums. The first one I'm going to show you is this little guy. So in the spring, I'll be releasing terrarium kits in glasses like these ones. My hope is that I will give glasses at thrift stores a second life, and then we also get to see the life grow in them. So I have this little thrift store glass that I am going to start a terrarium in from seed, and then we can track its progress on my Instagram if you're curious about that. But so the first one I'm going to plant is this little guy. I am going to put just seeds in them. I have some seeds in my toolbox over here, and I think scoot over. Okay, so I have some polka dot plants here that I think I'll plant in there. So I have let's see. So I have pink polka dot plants, and I think that's it. I don't think I have the other colors. I think I just got pink. So I'm going to put those in there. I think I want to put anything else. I have some like coleuses and stuff and aloe, but those are going to be too big and they won't like the environment. So I think I'm going to make this a purely polka dot terrarium. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start with my rocks. This is so that your plant isn't sitting in the water. So that's the problem with my other one, is that I didn't think ahead and I planted them straight in the water. So that did kill some of them that already had roots started, but the majority of the plants I put in there, excuse me, the majority of the plants I put in there are cuttings. So they grew up in there, they're fine. So this little guy, you want to start with the rocks because this is going to kind of give it like a filtration. The water is going to run into the bottom and your plants won't be sitting in it. So, whoops. Alright, so I'm just going to put, my hand is too big for this. I'm going to put these little guys in here, just kind of careful. And maybe a few more. I'm just going to put them in a thin layer like this. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for now. Put the lid on it because I will drop these off of my table and there will be rocks all over my office. So I'm going to try to avoid that. I'm then going to take my soil and open the can. Just one moment. Okay, so then I'm going to put, gosh, this is going to be everywhere. Some of this soil in there. Oh, this is making a mess. I do have the tools to do this. I'm just lazy. Okay, so I'm going to put my little layer of dirt in there, and that's what I'm going to put my seeds in. Okay. I'm going to just even it out in there. Alright, Okay, so I'm going to set my soil aside. And then I have these polka dot seeds. Polka dot plants are relatively easy to grow. I get all of my seeds from Plant-Hypoestes. They do give you instructions on how to plant them, and usually I start them in a greenhouse, but for this, I'm going to put them in here. So I have my 3 little seeds, and I think, I'm not sure how I want to grow this. Let's see, because I think I'm just going to put them maybe in the back of the glass, and then maybe put some rocks through the middle, and then plant some on the other side. So, and these polka dot plants you can propagate, so that's why I'm not going to put a whole lot in here, because they will get kind of full. So this is several together, but when you start trimming the tops off, they will branch out, and you can propagate the cuttings, and they'll get roots, and then you can replant them. So I'm not too concerned about the fullness, and I may even decide later that I want to add some more plants, but I'm just going to put my seeds in there just a little bit under the soil level, make a little dent in there. I would tilt it to show you, but I don't want to spill dirt. So I'm just going to put my finger in here, and I'm just going to make just a small indentation in the soil, and I'm going to put my seed in there. I'm going to cover it back up. Okay, and I'm going to put some rocks in there, just kind of for like the effect. So I'm going to put them kind of just like in a reverse design across. If you hear my other dog whining, she wants in my office, but I'm not going to let her in just yet. Okay, put that in there. Sprinkle these little rocks kind of about. Just make sure that you don't cover up your seed, because you want it to have enough room to grow. Alright, so now that I've kind of made like a little division in there, I'm gonna put a couple more seeds, I think, on that other side. I want 3. I'll put 2. I'm gonna make my little indentations. I'm gonna throw them in there. Oh, I hope I made that in there. Okay. So that's the first one. I am going to wait to put moss in this one until they start to sprout, just so I know if I'm going to have enough room to put moss in this one. But I haven't decided yet. So I'm going to wait on this one. I'm going to put some water in there. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm probably going to put it under a grow light, and then I will keep you guys updated on my Instagram. So, okay. So I decided to go get some things to put in the other terrariums. I'm going to package these seeds away, put them back in my toolbox, and I'm going to set this aside. So, like I said, I'm not going to put moss in here yet. The moss kind of keeps everything from, like, mixing together. But I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to wait and just be careful when I water this so that it doesn't mix together. And hopefully my dogs don't knock my stuff over, because they are all of a sudden wanting attention. So if you hear little footsteps, it's the doggies. Alright, I am not going to do this big aquarium just yet. I'm going to save that one for Instagram. And I'm not sure if I have enough material to do it today, but this is a little bit smaller than the one I have in the other room. This is a 10-gallon tank. The other one is a 20. But you can use either one. You can make them small, like this little guy here, or you can make them a little bit larger. Totally your choice. But I'm going to save this one for another video. I'm just going to set it up on the floor. The one I'm actually going to use is this guy. Aquariums are awesome for terrariums because, well, hold on one second. Using old aquariums are awesome for terrariums. Oh my gosh, I am a mess. Okay, now I can speak. So, they're awesome because this here has a light in it that is supposed to mimic light, right? So when we have our fish in there, we have aquatic plants and stuff. We need something to keep the plants alive, right? It kind of depends on what light you have too. For the majority of the time, it will act as a grow light. You can also put your own grow light over them. Just clip it on the back, shine it over. But I'm going to see how this one goes. This one is actually a color changing lid. So I don't know if the light is going to work the same, but we're going to see. I'm going to put them in there. I'm going to put it on a table in my office, and we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to update y'all on Instagram. So I'm going to just shoot that dirt onto the floor. I'm going to set the lid down for a second, and I'm going to decide. So I have all of the stuff that I need, the layers. I have the plants. The thing I don't know is what I want to put in the bigger one and what I'm going to put in here. I think I'm going to put these polka dot plants in here. Just because they're already kind of small. It'll fill it up a little bit. And I think I'm going to put this China doll in the bigger one because they do get pretty big. And I'd rather have it in the larger one instead of this small one. What I think I will put in here is this fern. So I think I will put it like this. Maybe. Let me look at this. When you're setting up your terrarium, it's good to like look and see and really decide where you want to put them, because once you plant these in here, if you want to change it, you can, but it might damage the roots. Also I have some fossils that I don't know where they came from, but I have them laying around my house. So I think I'll put this maybe in the back as like kind of a backdrop. And then I also have some of these like petrified wood pieces that I might put in there. This one's red, so it might be a nice little touch of color. And then I also have some fossilized shells. So those parts, I'm just going to kind of play it by ear. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my gravel in there. And I'm just going to do it kind of gently because I don't want to break the bottom. Alright, so I think that's a good base. I'm now going to put my soil in there. I might end up having to add quite a bit because what I did not take into account is the size that this is in. But we'll see when I take it out because the root ball may not be as big as I think it is. So I'm going to put my soil in there. See where that takes us. That's about an inch to an inch and a half of soil. If I need to add more where the plants are going to go, that's what I'll just have to do. So, okay, I think let me put my plants in there first, and then I will put the decorations in. So I think there's my polka dot plants. I'm just going to gently massage the roots. The roots are really fine, so you don't want to damage them. I'm just going to massage some of this old soil out. So I have that guy. I have some of these little cuttings that I had started. I'm just going to brush that off to the side. And then let's see what the root looks like on this. So when I'm taking plants out of the containers, I massage the pot, and you never want to pull it out because you can damage the roots or break the stems, so I just kind of let it fall out on its own. So throw that back there. Okay, so, and then I'm just going to, again, kind of massage this root ball and see what we get. You never want to like force the dirt out, especially on ferns, because they're pretty sensitive. Oh. And of course, this one has a, I think they call it a death plug in the plant community, but it is these stupid little like fibrous deals that they grow the plants in, and they can damage the roots. So I'm just gonna gently pull out most of that. I don't want to damage too much of it. So, all right. So I'm thinking I can make that work. So I think I'm gonna put it on the left side, and I'm just gonna gently kind of wiggle it in there. And then because the root ball is sticking out a little more than I wanted, I'm gonna put some more dirt just and mound it over so that the root ball is covered. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Mound it up there, and then I think next I'm gonna separate out one of these to put in this corner, and then I'll kind of fill in around them with the polka dot plants and the moss. So that's my thought here. Okay. So this one I'm just going to gently massage it until I get to a point where I can kind of massage out the separate plants. Terrarium I want to fill up, and I think it'll look nice with a good clump of these, but I'm going to put this one in here because it has multiple stems in it. It's got a nice little root on it. So I'm going to put it right there. Maybe a little forward, just so that it gives it some kind of dimension. I'm just going to make a nice little spot for the roots, and then I'm going to put some more dirt around it. Alright, so that's where we're at so far. That's what I've got. Alright, I've added 2 plants. I'm going to save these 3 for later. And I'm going to plant these polka dots in here. Now the decision I need to make, am I going to leave them as a clump, or am I going to kind of split them up? I think I might split them up and put some by the fern, and then maybe the rest over by this other plant. So I'm going to take this clump. I think, I don't know. I definitely want some by this fern, so I'm going to put this guy here. So I have my plants where I want them. That's what I've got so far. So it's kind of up to you how you want to place your plants. I think that I like this. I'm going to leave it like this for now. So now I probably have dirt on my forehead. So I'm going to put some of this moss in here. I'm going to just shove this dirt off to the side. There we go. Alright. I'm going to start putting some moss in here. So like I said, sheet moss is probably better. But I'm just going to put this in. I'm going to just use the Spanish moss. Alright. Got it. Alright. I'm going to put, how many times have I said alright in this video? Jeez. I'm just going to start putting this in here, kind of around my plants, kind of behind. I have my moss. I just put a thin layer around my plants and over the bottom. Like I said, I definitely think that sheet moss or like a more vibrant colored moss would be better, but this is what I could find, so that's what we're going to use. Now, I'm second guessing my choice in putting this rock in the back because I don't know that I'm going to like the way it looks. I mean, I guess I could put it in here and see it, what it looks like, but it's not bad. I don't think it's bad. I think I might leave that, and maybe it'll grow on me. So I put this rock in the back. I think I kind of like it because it kind of creates like a backdrop. It makes the plants stand out a little bit more. So I think I'm going to leave it in there. And then I have some of these other rocks that I might kind of like strategically place in there. Okay, I think I like this. All right, I think it turned out good. So that's the aquarium, or the terrarium. So let me do some clips with the lid on so that you can see what it looks like with the lid and everything. But I like how this turned out. This is my first one doing it the right way, so we'll see how it goes. But it's actually kind of nice, and I like it because it adds like a little bit of a natural plant vibe to your house. So, I mean, obviously, like, plants are natural, whatever, but we put them in pots and stuff. This is a little more like jungle feeling, a little bit brighter. So I think I'm going to put it in my office just to brighten things up a little bit. And that's where I'm going to leave this video, dudes. I hope that you enjoyed it, and it feels like this video is going to be really long, but I'm going to edit out a lot of it so that you're not just staring at me while I'm sitting thinking about random stuff. So, hopefully this was helpful to you. I hope you enjoy making your terrariums. When you're done, when you make your terrariums, I want to see them. Okay, so you have to tag me in your video, or in your pictures or your videos. I want to see your terrariums. So go ahead and do that. Make your terrariums. Tag me in the photos. I hope you enjoy it. I want you to follow me. I mean, if you want to, okay, but you know, follow me on my Instagram. I do have Twitter as well. I do have some Facebook pages for all of my stuff too, but I'm not really active on there. The place I'm most active on is Instagram, for sure. So all of my socials will be added at the end of the video so that you can go give them a look and a follow. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And I really look forward to moving forward with this channel and following this path. So I will talk to you guys later, and I hope that you have an amazing day.